We're on. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another live edition of Kiwanis Connects. You notice we're an hour late. We're doing this because John Brummer showed up on time. That's why we're doing this today. But I'm coming to you live from the Kiwanis Convention, Cal Neva District in Reno, Nevada. The Nugget Resort Casino. It's been beautiful. We just got out of a morning session and breakfast and meals. You notice to my right, this isn't Val. Don't adjust your sets. Don't adjust anything. Val is running a little behind, but you do know this gentleman to my right because he was on a couple of weeks ago with Val talking about a certain iguana project. And I said to Val, because I was away, I said, guys, I need to have these folks on because I want to meet them because I watched the show on replay. Jim, I'm not going to try your last name. So is there a shortened version?
Jimmy T.
Jimmy T. I like Jimmy T. Well, there you go.
Yep.
All right. So Jimmy T is here he's the executive director of Little Iguanas Children's Safety Foundation. Good morning, sir. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
So
personally.
this is, you know what? I saw the playback on everything and I was so fascinated by the project that I wanted to learn more about it. And if you can, for those who may have missed that show, which is probably only 2 or 3 people, let's recap what the project is, if you don't mind.
No, not at all. For 28 years, Little Iguana saves kids ages 2 through 10 from abduction, sexual abuse, child predators, trafficking.
Okay.
We teach them kindness, respect, everyday well-being. More children die every year from preventable accidental injuries than all diseases combined.
Right.
So why not do something to save lives immediately? And with our live musicals and our other programs, it's saved kids for 28 years.
Well, over 28 years, how many lives would you say?
Thousands.
Thousands?
Thousands.
I don't. Do you actually? I'm sure you have a file at least of each case.
Well,
thousands of kids over the years. And what's the age range?
All the way up to 16.
Wow.
Because they remembered our silly, stupid songs when they were in second grade, eight years old. The youngest we've saved is age 3. The oldest is 16, and literally there's so many in between that we don't.
So what I always like to find out. By the way, I want to welcome. Hello, your organization's already saying hello to you. I just want to remind everybody that, first of all, thank you for watching us on Facebook. If you watch us on YouTube, that's cool. Download the WWDBTV app to your phone for Android, WWDBTV LV if you have an iPhone product. And of course, in about 3 days, if you have Roku, download the WWDBTV network and you'll have the choice of a plethora, bazillion of shows with which to watch while you're looking. So what I always like to find out from people is, what was your aha moment? There's always something that like we heard this morning from, I don't know if you were in the breakfast, but what was your motivation? What was the reason you said we need something like this 28 years ago? What was it?
Well, my life, when I grew up, I didn't live the greatest of lives. I didn't live in a world that, very nurturing and caring. And when I had my children, I said, you know what? There's nothing that's going to hurt my children like I was hurt when I was a young man.
Mm-hmm.
One day, I owned a screen printing shop and a graphic studio, and I did marketing for other companies. One day, my boy Jim, we have these big bins, and there was a boy named Jeffrey Curley in my area, and some men had killed him.
Oof.
And then raped his dead body, put him into a bucket, threw him in a river.
Ugh.
One day, my boy was standing in a bucket, the same bucket that this little boy, Jeffrey Curley, was put into. And he looked up at me and he said, "Daddy, why did those men do that to that boy?" And I said, "Jim, I don't know. They're bad people. No one should ever do anything like that." And my tipping point was when he tried to curl himself into the bucket and said, "Daddy, that boy was so much bigger than me. How did they fit him in the bucket?"
Mm.
And at that moment, I went home and I asked my wife, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, hair on my neck stands up even today.
Yeah.
Went home and asked my wife, I go, "Do you mind if we sacrifice our entire life and just continue to do Little Iguana?" And she said, "I'd love to try it." So 28 years later, saving thousands of kids, little kids, young, and they remember it. We do everything through music because when I was a kid, I went to school. I don't remember anything I learned, but I can sing every song.
Right, exactly.
So why
music
not make it the
stands
easy
out.
way?
Absolutely.
So we did it the easy way.
Right on.
We created it through music for kids.
I want to add, John, you were in the studio when these guys were on a couple of weeks ago. What was your thoughts on the program? If you pop yourself in there, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fascinating. And I think the thing that I liked about it was the simplicity and the focus on the younger people. And it was, from my perception, something that I thought they could understand. they could easily adapt to. And it also, I would think, would give the parents a sense of well-being, knowing that their kids was aware of all of this without the stranger danger, look out for this guy.
Sure.
It wasn't scaring the kids. It was
Right.
illuminating them and educating them in a way that, and I hate to bring up anything like Barney or Teletubbies or something like that, but
I hated Barney.
talk to the kids.
He was drawn out of my house way too much.
Yeah. But it was. You speak to the kids at their level,
right.
in a way that they can understand and remember. So
right.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
which is pretty important at times.
Well, you know what? That's your one for the year. Take the rest of the year off.
Thank you.
By the way, if you need to communicate with me, use the private chat, John. All right, like sound and stuff. Just let me know in there.
You mean like this thing here? Yeah.
No. The private chat on the bottom of the screen.
Oh, okay. Can you read that?
Something, but I just can't respond back other than orally. Okay. All right, but why an iguana? Why did the iguana? I know they usually change colors, right? Is that the one that changed?
Chameleon.
Chameleon.
That's a chameleon.
Okay.
Yes.
Why a iguana as the mascot?
28 years ago, we went to. We said, let's get a character, and people said, well, there's dogs and there's dinosaurs and there's all kinds of characters. So we went to the pet store. Back then, it was the Jurassic era.
Oh.
And we went into the store and we said, hey, what's your number one selling pet? And he goes, believe it or not, iguanas. So we said, okay. So we created Little Iguana originally.
Okay.
But kids can't say little. So it went from little to lil. And that's how we got our name. So,
well, you know the old saying, out of mouths of babes, right?
Uh-huh.
Website is www.liliguana.org. Now, you have a table about halfway back down our vendor row here. What's at your table to share with people?
All the information about how they can bring Little Iguana into their district, into their club, bring it into their schools, their neighborhoods. You gotta save your neighborhood before you can save the world, right? You know, people that dream, I'm gonna save the world. Well, what'd you do to your neighborhood? If you can't save your neighborhood, you can't save the world.
Very true.
The neighborhood's part of your world.
Well, it's like anything. You got to take your first step first somewhere.
Sure.
Kids are not born running out of the OR or delivery room. They're born, their steps.
That's right.
And I think it's very important. Now, I got to imagine, like most organizations, and this is what I call the softball gym.
Yep.
You probably need some fundraising.
Oh gosh, yeah. Absolutely.
So for the services that you provide in the shows and all that stuff, how do you guys fundraise specifically for your organization?
Well, there's many different ways. We host events, craft fairs, raffles. We host color runs. We host different events during the course of the season. We have sponsorships. A Kiwanis club can raise the funds and just bring us right into their area. It's so easy. Everything is simple. All you have to do is get us involved. We do the rest and make it simple so that it's not hard, it's not drawn out, but we reach the masses, and that's the key. And when the kids participate in our shows, they actually understand them. So we get corporate sponsors, we get different people that come involved, different entrepreneurs, philanthropists that just love what we do.
Now, can you take, like, if my wife who's an assistant principal back in Vegas, if she wanted to bring you guys in, do you guys travel out of state?
Yes.
Okay.
We just recently, when we were in Minnesota, actually, we went to Minneapolis and we met with a company called the National Theater for Children.
Okay.
And they have agreed to do our shows worldwide for us. So we can actually do multiple shows in multiple days, even in multiple states.
Wonderful, wonderful.
How
big is you? You have a big staff? I mean, who does the shows? Do you do the shows?
We used to, but not anymore. We hired professional people. We do, in the old days, my family, they'd be grunting, get them in a van, get them somewhere.
Nice family vacation.
Yeah, hey kids. But they did like it because they got out of school to come do the shows.
Absolutely.
And then they took part in it. But it's funny. Now we have different people that do it.
And you're on Facebook. You're on all social media.
Everything.
All right.
Yes.
Give them a Phone number, email. I just gave the website, but give them something quick that they can get in touch for more questions.
They go to Facebook, Little Iguana on Facebook, Instagram, or they can call the office at 603-930-4642, or they can just send us an email anytime that they want.
I think it's a fun. Do you have a name for the Little Iguana yet?
Just Little Iguana, but we were
I
talking
think
about it.
I think a good fundraiser would be the name the iguana.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to go to break because I see Governor Val is in eye shot.
Yeah.
So we'll have Governor Val come over after break. You're watching Kiwanis Connects live in Reno at the Nugget for the Cal Neva District Convention. We will be right back. John, take us to break. Thank you, sir.
Aloha. I am so glad to be able to invite you to Kiwanis Connects on WWDBTV because we have some fascinating shows going on. And so join us on Fridays at 9 a.m. And if you can't join us then, look at all the different links of where you can find us to see the different amazing shows that I do with Aaron and all the crew at WWDBTV.com.
Thank you, Governor Val, for that great message. Good morning, everybody. I'm Aaron Phillips, co-host of Kiwanis Connects with Governor Val, and this message is for all of you great lieutenant governors here in the Cal Neva District. As a reminder, we created a Kiwanis commercial that is dedicated to the clubs here in the Cal Neva District. You've seen it talked about, you've seen it on the show, and on the heels of a recent episode where we talked about branding, a commercial we think is a pretty good tool for you all to have. Now, I want to remind everybody, and there are two options that you can take advantage of. Number one, you could take the existing commercial and simply brand it with your club's information at the end of the message. That's $75 to make that edit. Real simple, and contributions do go to Governor Val Direct to maintain the popular Kiwanis Connect show. Now, if you'd like something a little more detailed and customized with your club specific and pictures and everything that's going on, well, we can do that too. There's three options there. For a 30-second commercial, it's $200. 60-second commercial is $250. And if you'd like 90 seconds to deliver the message, that's only $300. All the work is done here at Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Studios with your support. And reach out to me and I can give you all that information. Email me at KiwanisConnectsInfo@gmail.com. That's KiwanisConnectsInfo@gmail.com. Continued success for the rest of this administrative year and the future for your clubs. And I look forward to seeing you all at the district convention in August. Thank you, Lieutenant Governors. We appreciate your time and effort. Back, John. Hey, hi, welcome. Don't you love how these things work live? You're watching Kiwanis Connects. We are coming to you live, and I have the iguana still with me because I refuse to give it back. You're watching Kiwanis Connects coming to you live from the Cal Neva District Convention at the Nugget Resort Casino. Now look who's joined us. The lady in charge has joined us, Governor Val. That's right. John is there with us as well. She's only going to be with us a short time because she's doing stuff at the top of the hour. So, John, we may have to bump up her segment a tad early for her to give us her Val on the road stuff.
Just let me know when.
Herman Platsky is walking by, John. We got them all here today. But why don't you introduce yourself, tell our audience who you are, what you got going on, because we love to share what you got happening.
Well, I'm Bob Verzello. I'm the president of the Placerville Kiwanis Club.
Okay.
And this year we went on a journey to understand and explore the dark world of child trafficking.
Okay.
And how we could fit into it and how we could help.
Okay.
The journey we took, we invited our district attorney to come and speak.
Okay.
We invited the FBI task force.
Okay.
They were guest speakers, as well as the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office, the Sacramento City Police.
Okay.
We talked to El Dorado County Council, and then we interviewed several leaders of nonprofit organizations that work in this space to better understand.
And there's a lot of moving parts to make something like that happen, right, Val?
Absolutely.
I mean, this almost sounds like something in conjunction with Jim and the little iguanas. You know, if you're, God forbid, in a bad situation, you know, you get caught. It almost sounds like something that the mission is in the right direction to help youth.
Oh, this is something that is so mission critical. And I'm so thrilled that Kiwanis is getting back to the hard ones because that's where we thrive.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you're dealing with something that all three states in our district are dealing with.
Absolutely.
You're trailblazing.
Well, when we look at the Sacramento region,
Mhm.
the Sacramento region is one of the top 10 in the country for child sex trafficking, because we're at a lot of these kids, once they are brought into that life, are moved along our highways.
Right.
And Sacramento's at the intersection of Highway 99,
Mhm.
I-5, Highway 50, and Highway 80. All major transportation arteries, and these kids are shuttled up and down our state. As soon as law enforcement gets a whiff of, a child being trafficked here, they need to move them. They move them along those corridors.
Do you have a table here today?
I do not, no.
So let's give everybody how they can find you, website, phone number, contact information.
Sure. Well, we're Placerville Kiwanis. We haven't created a website for this.
Okay.
We're in the process. What we did at Placerville Kiwanis is we interviewed several nonprofits, and we chose 2 to work with.
Okay.
The first one is Three Strands Global Foundation.
Okay.
Okay. They are headquartered in Northern California, but they have national reach.
Okay.
They focus primarily on education programs for our youth to be able to learn how to spot it. Our youth here in the United States are lured in, mostly through social media, into the life. And so this organization works with our school districts to teach kids of what to look for,
Right.
how to respond, how to stay away from it, what's appropriate and what's inappropriate communication online. And we have the endorsement of our superintendent of schools,
Right.
and we are introducing their education program through our key clubs.
Okay.
So our key clubs are bringing sex trafficking education into our high schools.
I ask
which
for
is
one
just
favor, if you can,
amazing.
on Facebook. I presume you're on Facebook. Or somebody should be on Facebook.
Yeah, my wife is on
Please
Facebook.
have them go on to our Kiwanis Connects Facebook page. Please
Okay.
put whatever information, contact information, things like that on our page, so all of our followers and viewers, because not only the local, our Calneva district, but of course people from all over the world see it.
Okay.
So if you would do that, post it in this way, our members have a chance to grab it. I do have to ask that we have another guest piling up,
Okay.
but I do appreciate you stopping
Thank
in
you
for a
very
couple of
much.
minutes and letting everybody know about your project. It's terrific.
Great.
And I just want to share with everybody as you're leaving with us, people have been asking me what's next, Val. And for what's next for me after being governor is that I will be joining forces with my voice in helping with this project, because
Careful how you use the word voice. No much.
I believe that this is more prevalent
Absolutely.
than anybody knows.
Absolutely.
And this is the best way that we can impact children's lives at this time. In
And you
their
mentioned
lives.
Sacramento is a high area. Vegas is also known
Yeah.
for trafficking as well. So I look forward to more information, and as things develop,
Yeah.
well, I don't see why as things keep growing. Let's make them a guest every so often for updates and stuff.
Absolutely.
So
We're all
I
there.
want to leave you with one
Please.
thing, and that is these are our kids.
yes,
The average age of a child moving into sex trafficking is 12 years old.
Oh man,
These are our children. And
12.
12 years old. Think about a 12-year-old girl and where she is in her life,
Right.
right? And that's the average age. That means there's a lot more that are
Absolutely.
younger than 12
absolutely.
and some that are older. But think about where she is in her self-esteem and
Sure.
her life.
She's growing into all of that.
That's
Yep.
These are people we need to protect.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you stopping by for a few minutes.
Oh,
Enjoy the rest of the
No
weekend.
problem. Thank you.
Shout out to Chief. I see you out there, buddy. Thank you for tuning us. Leanne, as always, I know you just walked by, but you're always good in the chat room. How are you, Governor?
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm going to pop into this seat
Yes,
for a little
absolutely. That's good. That's good.
Absolutely.
So I want to make sure you and I get a few minutes. First of all, you notice someone came up. Let me tell you, you talk about someone who's a hot ticket that people want. You can make a mint for anybody. Just like set up a chair in the middle of the floor, and everybody will stop by and hug you and say hello. Like $1 a kiss or something. You make a lot of money.
I could do that.
So convention, we're here, a lot going on, and thank you for allowing me the opportunity. Harvey, had a great time last night at your dinner. If I buy any more, I had to buy this one because I lost mine last night, and that's another story I'll share at another time. But what's your thoughts on the convention? I'm having a blast meeting people in person who watch this show, and they go, "Hey, I know you." I'm like, "Do I know you?" And then I hear a voice or name. Oh my God! So I'm having a lot of fun with that.
You know, this has probably been one of the most successful conferences in a really long time. There are over 550 people here.
Wow.
And people are so jazzed. I have not seen this much energy in a long time. We started this morning at 7 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
Normally there's only 45 people. There were 138 people.
Well, you had a
having
dynamic speaker
breakfast.
this morning.
Wasn't he amazing?
Michael Baldwin.
Michael Baldwin from Modesto was
Oh.
over the top emotional. And then on our general session, we had one of my favorites, Justin
Oh,
Buma,
Justin. Oh,
our
Justin.
our 8-year-old entrepreneur,
Yes.
and all things Justin.
And one of the favorites here on our show when we have him on. I even had to bring him on to Aaron's Hour a couple of weeks ago because he just wanted more people. It's like, all right, Justin.
Well, we have so many guests that are here that want to talk with us.
Yes.
So I would love if it was John.
He
Is in the line?
abs John, and then we have John Williams back there. He's got somebody. Is that right? I mean, I don't know if you have any other specifics.
Well, let's
Justin,
start,
did you want to send Justin down for a couple of minutes?
I
That's
will.
up to you.
I'll go get him.
All
So
right.
You talk with John Brummer, and I'm going to go get.
Oh wait, but we got to. John, can we skip ahead? You got 2 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, John, we're going to go ahead. We're going to skip it. This is what happens when you're on a live show. You know what time it is for? It is time for Val on the Road.
Awesome to see the Barbie car. I am so Barbie, and so that was absolutely perfect.
When I saw that picture pop up on the feed, I think before I even finished reading the sentence, I messaged John. I said, "We're going to find this picture and update the segment because I knew you'd get it." That's your new segment, by the way.
I love it. So most people, when they're governor, you slow down after this convention. I love you. I love you. So most of the time when we get to this convention, everybody slows down. They disappear. I've got 52 more days of being governor. I am taking every single moment out of it, which means that I am actually going to be in Placerville on Tuesday, and I am waving at my international
John
president
Dutton, don't
right
go
now.
anywhere.
And
Come on around.
So Tuesday,
2 seconds.
we're
Sorry.
going to be building the program on sex trafficking and education for our high school level students. And then on Thursday, I fly to Maui, and I'm going to be part of the recovery project in Maui on Thursday. On Friday, I am in Hilo, and I won't be able to do the show because I'll then be going to Honolulu. And
Look who showed up, John.
this man travels more than me. This is our international president, Bert West. And
He's a head honcho.
And he is a part of our district, and I'm so thankful and blessed that he's part of us. And so I'm going to give him center seat. So I got to give you center seat.
Very, it's
I'm going to give you center seat, and I'm going to.
Okay.
perfect. All right. International president is a pleasure. We had a lot of fun with this gentleman last night. I almost want to say Burt Ward, but I know that's not right. But don't get me stuck. See, John, I told you. First of all, we are hopefully on an international level, which I know we are.
Right.
Deliver a message to anybody that's out there, anybody, Kiwanis or otherwise. Let them know what's going on, what we're about.
It's always great to come to a convention like this and to see all the hardworking Kiwanians and realize that our organization is all about collaboration, not competition.
No, absolutely.
And to see them collaborating together to come up with new ideas, to come up with better ideas, and to promote what we do for children around the world. When I'm done speaking, almost always I just say we have to remember it's all of our jobs to just put a smile on a child's face.
Absolutely.
If we do that, we've had a good day.
And what I noticed last night, and in my career of Kiwanis dating back many, many years, you are the second international president that I've been able to communicate with. Last year we had the previous one on the show, but you're the first international president that I personally have had an opportunity to meet in person. And let me tell you something. Energy and direction starts at the top, folks. Let's face it. We know the old story, what travels downhill. And I would normally say it if I was sitting in studio, but I'm at a Kiwanis convention. I don't want to use that word. But normally stuff starts at the top and flows down. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman here, what I observed last night, we had fun. He allowed me to make a mark out of him last night. We bounced some fun off him. You could see why this year, and I feel it through Val and all the people that are here. Look, you see what's on my arm as I'm saying this. I got goosebumpies. The energy and direction starts from the top with this man. And so let me tell you, this year is because you have shared your energy, your foresight, your knowledge, your wisdom generationally, because what people out there may not know is you got a little legacy in Kiwanis. Tell them.
Yeah, I'm the third generation Kiwanian. My grandfather was actually a past governor from Cal Neva in 1977, 78. My uncle was a member. My dad was a member. And then now my daughters are members. So it's a fourth generation Kiwanis family.
Well, that's great. Plus, we found out last night, John, you'll appreciate this. We're both part of the 64 Club, the 1964 Club.
All right.
Okay. I do see a guy in
Yeah,
the corner.
John, pop up in there.
I'm just like,
Pop up.
Who's
Pop
John, and why are we calling this computer John, or what are we doing here? Hey,
John, get in
I
there.
never really named my computer, but I guess it, so.
Well, there he is.
There he is. Oh,
That's
okay.
John Styles, but we call him JPEG because we had him confused with that John over there.
Okay. All
And
right.
John is my producer. He's the owner of the studio that we do the show. I've known him for 10 years. I worked with him. So,
Okay.
yeah, he's pushing the buttons back there.
And to all members of the 64 Club, I have socks older than that.
On that note, let's go to a quick break so I can bring John Brum up here. I got John Williams lining up.
Thank you
A lot
very
more to
much.
go. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Pleasure. We'll be
All
right back. John, take us to break.
International is a global community of clubs, members, and partners dedicated to improving the lives of children, one community at a time. Today, we stand with more than 550,000 members, from K-Kids to Key Club to Kiwanis, for all ages in over 80 countries around the world. Each community has different needs, and Kiwanis empowers members to pursue creative ways to serve the needs of children, such as fighting hunger, improving literacy, and offering guidance. Kiwanis clubs host nearly 150,000 service projects each year. For more information, visit www.kiwanis.org.
Absolutely. Hi, I think we're back as I'm still talking and directing on this side. Thanks, John, for the heads up. Herman, come sit over here, Herman. So, John, you know this guy. We were messing. Bring yourself up, John. Share the screen with you in there. To my right is a gentleman we have a lot of fun with because he doesn't know his Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. But you see him a lot in the chat room. Mr. John Brummer's with us. And on the far end is a gentleman we always see in the chat room via YouTube. And I didn't realize till last night, this guy's a muckety-muck. He has a title like 12 feet long. Mr. Herman Platsky is here. Gentlemen.
Semper Fi, John.
Semper Fi, you old. Never mind.
Careful. So, John, the biggest thrill I've had this week, and not this weekend, in less than 24 hours, is meeting the people that we know follow the show, and we see them live in the chat room. Now, we did have John on as an interview a while back, but just about 98% of everybody else, I've had the pleasure of putting the face to names. And it's Leanne and Diane and these guys, and John Williams is here, and Susan. That's the best thing is people. And by the way, you were in the room were you in the dinner last night? No.
Yes.
But Herman, I need you to verify this for me. John, back in the studio, does not like my dad jokes. And so when I stood up at the crowd last night and I said, folks, I'm going to save them for tomorrow, none tonight. What was the reaction in the room? Please let them know.
Everybody wanted to hear it.
There you go. See, my dad jokes are a hit. Then again, I got to consider my audience, I guess, as well. So,
And I just wanted to tell you the one thing that I like about John Brummer is that he's in the chat room almost any time.
absolutely.
You can go on at any time and you can find John in the chat room. Monday,
He may not be
Friday,
watching the
Thursday,
show, but he'll be in
Wednesday,
the chat room.
Tuesday.
All right, Herman, I know you got to run off. Thanks for stopping in. I wanted you to meet John in person. Now we're going to spend a few minutes with this guy, Mr. John Berg. We had him on the show, a couple of months ago?
Yeah.
Right? And he shared something with us on the show that, as we talked yesterday in person, if he didn't share his story with us on the air a short time ago, I wouldn't have known. Because you're a great guy, you've come through. He suffered a stroke how long ago?
In 2016.
Okay, so 7 years ago.
Right.
And you've made it your mission. Obviously, you're fully recovered, except for just maybe a hiccup every once in a while. But people say I have the same problem every day. People don't understand when I talk. It's from being from Jersey, so what do I know? Anyway, but you've also done tremendously job, fully recovered, except for this little hiccup every once in a while.
Right.
But you wanted to take that experience and share ways to, I don't want to say deal with it, but how to overcome the struggles of a stroke. Why don't you share some of that with our audience, please?
Well, what we're going to do at the convention, I'm working with a fellow Lieutenant Governor, Derek Lovich. He's going to get on behind me in a
John,
minute.
I'm sorry. Can I ask a favor? Can you pull that end chair out so he can get in here at the end? Sorry. Everybody's a stagehand at a live show, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
So Derek and I and Rocky Barsati, a past governor, suffered strokes within the last 10 years. We're going to give a seminar on stroke, how you can prevent it, what to look for, but we're not going to give any medical advice. You're going to hear our story on our strokes and get some education about strokes.
Education is the key for anything, isn't it?
You know, when I had a stroke, luckily it happened at a Kiwanis meeting. When I got there, I couldn't talk.
Mhm.
And John talks a lot. So they were happy. Just kidding.
No.
But I'm glad they were there. They spotted it right away. And that's important. Spotting it right away and call 911.
Right.
I got to the hospital so quick. They gave me a shot because the kind of stroke I had, it's called the TPA shot.
Okay.
And that saved me.
Right on. So quick reaction by people because they recognize the symptoms.
And also we have a booth in the
Down the road over here.
down the road. Easy for you to say.
I know.
So, but Derek has been a big help with that, and I appreciate
Derek, come on in. So you're part. Yeah, please, by all means.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good right there. The microphone will pick us up.
Had my stroke in October 26, 2020, and an ischemic right brain stroke, which
Wow.
affected my use of my left arm.
Okay.
And it took me I did about 3 months in rehab.
Okay. Now you're a young guy, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, how old are you?
46.
And how old are you? And I asked for a reason.
68.
Okay. So the reason I ask that is because you notice that certain illnesses in life have no age barrier.
Right.
Nope.
You can be a young guy. You can be a more experienced guy. Notice I didn't say old. More experienced guy.
I have a hair.
Hey, watch the hair stuff, will you?
Sorry.
Anyway, so that's the thing. We have to be aware of these things because certain things happen to our bodies that age has nothing to do with it. When something happens, it happens regardless, right?
And people don't know what to look for when someone's having a stroke.
Right.
And we're going to help them solve that problem.
And one thing I find that actually has helped with stroke recovery is actually I have my three. It's friends, faith, and family, and Kiwanis.
Okay.
So that's 4.
Well, you got 3 F's and a
That's
K.
okay. So,
And we were lieutenant governors together.
Oh, wonderful. So you're still, listen, I'm a past lieutenant governor in
Yeah.
this as well. And your teammates always are all your friends. But you guys now as teammates are taking on a whole nother level.
oh, yeah.
You use an organization called PacificStrokeAssociation.org as your main reference and resource. Is that correct?
Also, another one called Champion the Challenges.
Okay.
They're
Terrific.
out of the Bay Area, but you can get on their website, Pacific Stroke
Yeah.
Association.org,
Yep.
I think.
Yep,
Got it.
Right there.
Yep. Or
And
you
we're
could,
going to give these
Yep.
away to people
yep, they're just little hand cards with their information. They are also on Facebook. Now, if somebody wants to contact either one of you direct, how can they do that? What's the best way?
by phone or email.
Give them a number and an email.
Okay, my phone number is area code 916
916
508
508
3627.
3627.
And
I
my
don't know why I
email
did that.
is JRB as in boy, K as in Kiwanis,
Yeah, baby.
P as in past lieutenant, past LTG, the number 7 at gmail.com.
And my email is delubich, LUBICH at AOL.com.
And we'd love to speak to your club on a Zoom meeting
Absolutely. They are
anytime.
anywhere, anytime.
Anytime.
All right. I'll make sure that our
you,
Division 28 knows to get you guys hooked up.
Thank
It's
you,
a
Aaron.
pleasure. Good to see you. Pleasure to meet you guys. Anything we can do to
You're the
continue.
best.
Don't tell anybody that. It ruins
Okay.
my reputation.
Well-
Anyway, all right. I got more guests coming up. So, John, give us a couple of seconds. You guys are dismissed because I'm going to bring up, we have a current governor
Oh,
of Circle K International, which I too am a proud alumni of. So you guys, you're welcome to head off. We'll bring her up if you don't mind. So you guys,
Awesome.
oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Justin, you're going to be with me in a couple of minutes, okay? Can you give me 5 minutes? All right. If you need to do something, come back. Come back in 5 minutes. All right. Justin Buma is going to come in. Anyway, go ahead, guys. Thank you.
thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, guys. All right, while they are heading out, thank you for putting that up there, John. Appreciate it. I love all the stage hands here. This is John. Did you want to come up with her? Did you want to come up? Yeah, come on. More the merrier. So we have the governor of Circle K International coming up to join us now, John, as well as another gentleman that you and I are familiar with in the chat room, and one of the individuals who purchased one of the customized commercials, Mr. John Williams, is here. So another face with another name. That's right. Come on in. Hi, you are.
Hello.
What are you, Yvette?
Yvette.
I'm
Yeah,
Aaron. Pleasure
nice
to meet you.
meet
We have another governor. I'm an alumni. Oh, John, why am I calling you that? John Crawford. I have no idea. Williams. You know why? I'm a good friend with John Williams in Vegas, who also does a nonprofit.
That's the Star Wars composer, isn't it?
Yes,
John Williams?
exactly. John Crawford. It's been a long day and night for me already. But for those who don't know, we have Governor Val, which we met. We, of course, we also met the head honcho himself, the international president. Every district has a governor, as we do with Governor Val, but we also have what I used to call, when I was in this, sponsored youth programs. We have a governor for Circle K, a governor for Kiwanis, and this young lady has the duty of being the governor of Circle K, dealing with all those crazy college students. That's right. Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Yes,
So,
nice to meet you too.
how did you get into, first of all, the K family, and why
Yes.
become a governor?
Absolutely. So I became a part of the Kiwanis family during my senior year of high school. So I was actually a part of a group who went ahead and founded a Key Club at my high school. So I was my Key Club secretary. I really enjoyed that experience. I enjoyed just being able to just do service events while also just being able to have that sense of community. And so once I found out that the school that I was transferring to for university, which is UC Berkeley, I found out that they had a CKI, and I was extremely excited. I definitely wanted to be a part of it. And for me, CKI is just something that allows me to be able to go ahead and connect with other.
What happened? Somebody dropped something? I
Somebody
think?
tripped something. Somebody dropped something on the
Oh,
escalator.
okay.
Oh, oh, no.
That thud you heard was my heart hitting my stomach. Somebody just dropped something, I think, on the escalator, so nobody was hurt,
Okay, no-
like a cane or
no
something.
injuries.
Like so. Okay. So, but what was it? Was it just your desire at that time in Key Club to want to give back to the community? Because I believe everybody has their aha moment.
Absolutely.
So, what was your moment at that time for you to get involved with the K family? What was the project or the reason?
I think for me, it was just being able to realize that I could do a bunch of different service events.
Okay.
For me, I've always enjoyed service. I've done different service organizations throughout middle school and high school.
Okay.
And so once I found out that I could go ahead and be a part of Key Club and be able to do so many different service events that our general members were interested in, that our board was interested in, that
So,
really catered
your
to
term
me.
though as president,
Yes,
governor. What the administrative year of Circle K is not like Kiwanis. What is your administrative year?
Yes, our administrative starts on April 1st and goes
Okay.
until March 31st of the following year.
Is there a cruel joke with the term starting on April Fool's Day? That's what I
know,
want to know, right? So I want to introduce again John Crawford. He obviously you're involved with the Circle K. Yeah?
I am. I'm also a past governor. I used to have your job.
Oh my gosh!
Probably before she was born.
Pro-
But yeah, I was governor out of San Diego State University when I was in Circle K. And it's been, and that really stoked my passion for service. I was in Builders Club before that, Key Club before that. But serving as governor, it's a very different experience.
Right on.
And that really convinced me that I wanted to be a Kiwanian for life.
Right.
And seeing how Circle K has had to cope in the wake of COVID and trying to recover from the pandemic, there's Circle K clubs that are really struggling out there right now. And so to have a leader like this who is confident and capable and energetic, that's what Circle K needs right now. I'm so proud to have her as a governor.
Have you come out to Vegas, UNLV yet?
No, I haven't.
I mean, I know they had a strong Circle K at one time, and I'm sure they're still active. But what I'm going to ask you to do when you set that plan up, he'll tell you how to get in touch with me. When you come out, I'd like to know. And if I can come out, I have you on the show locally, come out to the event, do it for your visit as well. I'd love to do that.
Definitely.
What are you studying at college, by the way?
Yes, I'm studying public health at the moment.
Okay, and what year are you?
Yes. I am a third-year transfer student.
Okay, from where you said?
Yes, from UC Berkeley.
UC Berkeley. So is that like social work that you're talking about? What kind of work would that lead you to?
Yes, so public health, it can lead you to a variety of different fields. So whether it's epidemiology, medicine,
So you have
healthcare,
choices.
yes.
Excellent. I love choices. All right.
Absolutely.
I'm going to send you guys off. I know you guys are running, but before we go to break, again, I said this last night at the dinner for Val. John has been very instrumental in helping to promote the Kiwanis commercial that we've made available for our division, district, really KI anywhere, even for our sponsored youth if they want it. And so what we're going to do as a little tease to remind you what that's all about. We're going to go to break. We're going to go to break on John's Club's commercial. We'll be back, John in the studio. Too many Johns. Take it away. Send us to break. We'll be right back with final guests.
The Granville Allied Gardens Kiwanis Club was founded in 1960. We provide service to Allied Gardens, Granville, San Carlos, Del Cerro, and surrounding communities of San Diego. Our support extends to the youth of our community by sponsoring programs at Hearst Elementary School K-Kids, Lewis Middle School's Builders Club, Patrick Henry High School's Key Club, and San Diego State University Circle K. Some of our favorite events and charities we support include the First Friday Concerts in the Park, patriotic holiday flags on Waring Road, Meals on Wheels, Cub Scouts, and the Allied Gardens Little League. Join our club. We are looking for people who care about making a difference for our children, for our community, and for our world. For more information about our Kiwanis Club and becoming a member, please visit www.alliedgardenskiwanis.org.
Oh,
Surprise!
Hi, we're back. At least this time you gave me a half a second warning, John. Welcome
Well, you're
back
supposed
to
to be watching the ticker, my man.
Well, I got people in and out, John. I'm busy on this side.
I'm busy on this side too.
You're at home. I know you're not in the studio.
No,
So
I'm
don't
not
tell me-
in the studio today.
No.
And all my
Anyway.
shows today, believe it or not, are Zoom.
Oh, I'm feel bad for you. Like
You should.
toenail. Anyway, you're watching a very special edition of Kiwanis Connects, emanating live from the Nugget Casino Resort in Reno. This is the Calneva District Convention. I've had so much fun meeting people who, believe it or not, follow the show. That's the thing. You know, dad jokes. I'm going to have to do it anyway, even though Val's already left. But anyway, sitting with me now are two young ladies. To my far right, someone I talked about last night, but you always see in the chat room, current Lieutenant Governor Miss Leanne Westfall, big supporter of the Kiwanis commercials to get out there, and I appreciate we love you for that. Helping because we did a whole show on branding and how important that would be.
Yes.
And to my right, sitting in the middle, is a lady who started following the show 8 months ago, roughly.
Mm-hmm. When
And
it first
she
started.
Well, yeah, that's right. When it first started, and she had just joined Kiwanis back in like August, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just celebrated my 1 year anniversary.
There you go. And she messages me. I don't remember what the episode was. So she sends me a message and she goes, "Thank you for all the information. I love the show. I really loved you." No, she didn't say that part. So she every week messages me supporting the show and telling me how much more she's learned. And quite frankly, that's what the show is about. As I like to say, edumacate, but educate is important.
Yes.
So what's your thought of Kiwanis now after almost 2 years now and seeing everything?
I have had the Kool-Aid, Aaron. I drank the Kool-Aid.
We got her.
I'm on the board now.
Are you?
I'm an incoming president.
Please notice she said on the board, not bored. Okay.
I'm not bored.
I
No,
just
not
wanna
by any
clarify
means.
that.
Can't be bored, right, Leanne? Too much.
No,
too much
there's
activity.
going on all the
So
time.
what I want to do though is that you've got a current sitting lieutenant governor who's got 52 days left in her term, which Governor Val loves reminding all you guys.
Yes.
But maybe she's got members or people, potential members, who want to join and just haven't fallen off the ledge to do it. I want you to talk to them out there on behalf of Leanne and all of us Kiwanis really around the world, to anybody that's thinking about it, why they should join, and what it was for you to say, you know what, I realize everybody's reason is different, but what was it for you? Because I'm sure there's one person out there that wants to do it just like you did. So please share a message with them.
So, thanks, Aaron. So the real reason I joined Kiwanis is during the pandemic, I was sent home along with everybody else in the world. I was an educator, I had to teach online, which was horrible. The students, horrible for my students.
Did that too.
And as I was home and I was isolating along with the rest of the world, I realized that I really needed people in my life. And, the Kiwanis slogan is, kids need Kiwanis.
Yep.
I need Kiwanis.
Yeah.
That's right.
I need Kiwanis. So I reached out, joined my Kiwanis Club, and that is my fix. My social fix, my service fix.
Yes.
It's my fix. It's my mentoring fix. It checks a lot of boxes for me. So
Absolutely.
that's why. And I highly encourage, if you're really looking for something to do in your community.
Did you
to
have a
join.
focal point of project, like something specific you want to get involved? Like a lot of people join for kids or for doing this or for doing that.
They painted a playground, or
Right.
that they give food out every week to kids. I want to be a part of
Right.
that.
Right. Do you have a favorite project that you've experienced, or has it been just the experience overall?
Just the experience overall. We really haven't. Nothing's really. I think I'm just learning everything right now. So I'm
You're
an
like a
open
big
book.
sponge.
Yeah,
You're just
that's where I am.
soaking it in, and
I'm
here
the
you're just
sponge
going to learn
face.
so much more
Oh
while
yeah,
you're here.
I'm overwhelmed with information. It's great.
And I'm glad you said that, because I remember when I started in Kiwanis and started going to my conventions, use the word overwhelmed. And there's no question that will happen. So I want to give you a piece of advice that I thought about for myself and anybody else. That's okay. Go back to your club and share and bring it out of that sponge that's in your head right now, and share your excitement and what you learned and everything with your club, because that'll help you kind of process it. And that overwhelmed feeling will immediately disappear. Plus, you're not the only one here who's overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, but supported.
Oh, absolutely.
At the same time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
people.
I
I'm
promise.
very excited because we built a new club in the Reading area, and they brought 5 people over. So I'm excited, and they're sitting there strategizing who's going to get what, and I'm like sitting in the background going, "Yay!
very
That's
cool.
what you're supposed
They're getting
to
involved,
do.
right? And that's what they're
how you
supposed to do.
it. Yeah.
So when Susan first messaged me and she saw the commercial about my book and my lifestyle change and everything else, I promised her that I would bring a book and I would autograph it for her while we were here. And yesterday when I told her I have it, she's like, "You actually remember?" I may forget what I did an hour ago.
Thank you, Eric.
But things I promise I do. Plus, I also told her that I would also bring a signed headshot, which I just signed for her. And so you can have that. And I have the book here because I'm going to sign that. And as always, just like the President of the United States, whoever that person may be, when I sign the book with a pen, it's a brand new pen. I always give the pen with the book, just like when you sign a bill. So with that, I want to thank you for, who's this in there? Mark Warneck says, "Hail Kiwanis." Maritza Chevelle, CNHCircleK.org for them. Again, it's been a blast. You've been following the show now for a year, as is yourself. What's the best thing that you've seen for the show and what it does for your division?
I get a lot of new ideas about things. Here, I've been in Kiwanis 22 years, and I'll hear about a new program or, somebody like Justin, and, that's inspiring. You can go talk to other people about that. So I get a new idea, and it's another way to connect with people. And for me, that's really important, right? And I want to tell you that my grandson, who was on the program with me,
I remember.
He starts high school next week, and he's already signed up to be in Key Club.
Right on. Excellent.
So I'm super excited that I'll be hanging out in Key Club world for the next 4 years with him.
Well, when I had the international president on earlier, we talked with him about it last night. Kiwanis is really a legacy program because he's a third generation Kiwanian.
Yes.
Okay. And my daughters, although still building their lives, I don't know if they'll ever get into Kiwanis, but when I was lieutenant governor, they were very instrumental in basically picking up some of the service slack, because I have twin daughters and they just turned 30 yesterday. So happy birthday to my girls. But they learn about service, they learn about giving back, and they learn what it's about, not it always being about me. And I think when it comes to the legacy of understanding how we are, like a kid like Justin, come over here. I'm going to bring my buddy up here, and I want him to join it. No, stay here. Because we were just, come on, no, you come in. The ladies are staying. They were ready to run away from you. Come here. Come right in here. You're going to stand right here. I was just making a point, and seeing you sitting over there, you're perfect for my point. I instilled in my daughters, roughly his age, at 8, when I was lieutenant governor, how important it is to understand we need to be grateful for what we have, whether it's a lot or little, because there's always somebody out there that has less than what we have, and we may think we have nothing. But when you instill the right thing, like in a guy like this, and as a proud papa, he may not, as I position myself, because I love this guy, I listened to him speak in the General Assembly. I've had him on the show, and he's great on the show. But to hear him talk in front of 500 people.
You did so good.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to tell you,
man.
you brought tears to my eyes as I was standing in the back and said how proud I was of you, sharing your mission. I'm getting choked up now just thinking about it. We need a plethora, John, back in the studio. We need a plethora of Justins in this world, because if we can clone him and spread him around the world, folks, we'd be sitting back enjoying life like there was no other.
Exactly.
And that's what Kiwanis does. We create a legacy for our youth, and for not just our youth, anybody that we touch with a smile in a day. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? You don't know the difference you're making in a day.
Exactly.
Justin, your message is so point on.
Very powerful, man.
We're both educators, and all I can think of is I wish all my kids could have heard your speech today.
Me too.
You did such a good job.
Well, the good thing is you can look them up online like you suggested, and you'll find them show up on Kiwanis Connects a couple of times.
Yeah.
And he was on Aaron's Hour, my show on a Saturday a couple of weeks ago with another young gentleman, because I wanted, everybody's going back to school. You guys, where I'm in it. What's the perspective?
Impact to scholarship.
Oh, back to And I had in the chat room, it was
Way to remind him.
that's his aunt, right?
Right.
Your aunt, right?
It's your aunt.
She was in the chat room sending messages, scholarship, whatever your handles. He's like, don't forget my auntie scholarship out there. So what does that mean? What does that mean for you give scholarships from your organization?
Okay. So
And now for your entertainment value.
I do get advantage because we live in the same house, and she always gives me scholarships to do.
Like what?
Because
Like what? Give me an example.
like a cookie challenge.
Oh.
And you would win $1 zillion.
A zillion?
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Can I have a challenge for that
I
one?
need a challenge like that.
I want a cookie challenge.
I just want the cookie. Okay, I'm going to be honest.
I
I'm
don't
kind
care
of
about the
looking
$1 zillion.
snacky here.
So-
I could go for a cookie.
If you haven't seen it, but when he was last on my show a couple of weeks ago, his mom was there, and his grandmother, he's homeschooled, and she's the teacher, and then Auntie over here handles all the scholarships. So when you talk about a family project spearheaded by this young man who can bring light to any dark room just by stepping into it, and you've got the support of a family. What he didn't mention, and I was kind of disappointed you didn't say this in your fundraising efforts, what's going on August 27th, sir? What are you doing?
What's happening?
Okay, so on August 27th,
You need a cheat sheet?
so it is a really special day for Heroes and Hearts because we are having our rock, paper, scissors, shoot tournament.
And who's emceeing it for you? Don't forget the important part, because you left me out of your speech this morning, according to your mother.
Yeah.
Who's hosting it for you?
Mr. Aaron.
That's right.
And he's been fired 2 times.
I have been, but he keeps rehiring me back. Now, you guys know rock, paper, scissors?
I do.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
So why are we doing that fundraiser? Tell these ladies why we're doing that, why you're doing that fundraiser.
Why are you doing it?
Because we
Step up in here. Come up here. I got a micro. There you go.
because we are
No, yeah.
going
Don't
to
scream.
Central Africa.
Look at John in the lower corner down there. He just jumped off his chair because you were screaming so loud in the microphone. No, so you're raising funds to go to South Africa and build and do what there? Another what?
Because we my daddy is from there, and we're going to be able to learn and play space.
That's
There you
perfect.
go.
Very cool.
I
So
love it.
So now that the show is just about over, I shared a little secret with Justin because I promised him when he was on the show a couple of weeks ago that I was going to be running around today wearing his Heroes and Hearts shirt. Well, it's a good thing Julie's not around from last night, I referenced.
Yeah.
Because I just bought this today in honor of Val, which is why I had it
Yeah.
on. I have her purple shirt, which I normally wear. But then I showed to Justin that I have a certain other shirt to wear today.
Very cool, Aaron.
Nice job. Are you gonna
But this time I did
wear
it for free this time.
Hey,
Well,
we
I
need
come
some
from
stripper
Vegas.
music.
You can figure that out anyway.
Vegas.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I used to pay people, so now I don't have to pay them anymore. But anyway, so the rest of today is all about Heroes and Hearts for me. And I told Justin I would be there you go. So we have this. So if you're in and around Vegas and you want to sharpen your rock, paper, scissors skills, this is the place to do it. It's going to be down at the Discovery Museum on this Sunday.
Discovery Children's Museum.
Sorry. Discovery Children's Museum from 12:30 to 3:30. Now, if you watch
12:30 to
3:30.
exactly.
That's what I said.
I thought you.
I'll
said
talk slower. You listen
12:30.
faster. I was told by your mother, though, I have to be there by 12, so I have to get there early.
Yes, you do.
It's
You do.
It's a $9 entry fee for kids. Look, the bottom line is you're going to come support Justin. We're going to raise money so he can do what he needs to do and support building another safe place for students and young children like him in South Africa.
We were thinking 9. So 9 times 1 is 8.
I
9
just
times 1 is
oh
9.
now
9 times 8.
all right,
Personality plus right
so
here.
one of my by the way, programming note, tomorrow morning 10 to 11, Thoughts Count Anywhere will be on the air, of course, with Chief and with Matt in studio. I will try to log in a little bit first half of the show, but my buddy Chief, who's a wrestling fan, he says, just drop the elbow on Aaron. So he wants you to give me an elbow. but do it lightly, please. Go ahead, give me an elbow. Not a fist, an elbow. Do you not know the difference?
There you go.
So thank you, Chief. Appreciate that. By the way, Maria wants to know, is it a cookie scholarship for life? I don't know.
That's
Now,
important.
the other part that I promised to Susan was an autographed copy of my book, which because Justin derailed all of you and drew attention, I was able to sign my book.
Thank you, Aaron.
And because
Appreciate
I signed it with this pen, as promised, you also get my pen.
I will keep it a keepsake.
It is.
Appreciate it.
You'll
That-
enjoy reading it. I read it.
What did you think of the book?
I enjoyed it.
Thank
because
you.
I've been through a similar journey, so it was like really nice to read.
Thank you. We didn't play the commercial, but my book is available on Amazon. Rock, paper, scissors tournament will be held on Sunday. Thank you, Maritza. Yeah, we just covered that, but I appreciate you putting it out there for everybody. My book is available on Amazon. You can download it if you'd like. $6.99 to your Kindle. If you want a hard copy, autographed by yours truly, just send me an email at Aaron. What email am I going to use here? How about kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com if you're interested in a book. Yes, Chief, we can certainly, I will be happy to take donations. The event is at the end of September, and I will be happy to collect. Discovery Children's Museum price menu flashed up there quickly. John, put that back up if you would. I'll finish one sentence at some point around here. Kids and teens, $9. Adults, $19. Thank you, Maritza. Appreciate you putting that up there. I even know. So my book is available on Amazon. And if you'd like a hard copy autographed, as I did here, just email me at kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com. I'll connect with you, price, ship it, and the whole thing. And I'd be honored for you to have my book. If not, I'll have to pay you to take it. Anyway, so Leanne, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Susan, thank you to everybody out there that does everything. Want to thank John back in studio. Want to thank Scholarship Lady. Come up here because I'm going to have you come up here. No, come over here. No, right here because I'm going to have you. I'm going to have you do me a favor. I'm going to have you end the show. You see John in there in the lower corner?
There.
See him? He's down there. Okay. So I want you to look in the mirror. That was one of the dad jokes. By the way, I won't pull them up, but I'll say, my favorite job is I see myself cleaning mirrors. Anybody? because I could see myself doing it. But anyway.
Let me tell you.
All right, I don't have time, but you'll save it for next time. So I want you to look into the camera there. I want you to step up closer to the microphone and listen to what I'm going to say. No, don't eat the microphone. Here's what I'm going to tell you what to say. You ready? I have those in my room right now. Look at the camera. I want to say the following. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, everybody,
For watching
for watching.
a special edition.
Special edition.
Well, speak a little louder.
A special edition of Kiwanis Connects.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching and wave.
Thank you for watching and wave.
Oh, you wave. You're not going to see them wave. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time tomorrow. TCA, 10 to 11. Aaron's Hour. Guest host, George Miklos from 12 to 1. Tune in. Thank everybody for making Kiwanis Connects a special show. As I always say, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. Thank you for watching this time right here on Kiwanis Connects. Take care, everybody. Thank you.